Are we up? I think I'm up at my end. Live, green. Looks like we're okay. No surprises these days about what the content of the stream will be. Not for quite a while, obviously. I'm a carver again for the foreseeable future here. At least at this time of day. Morning, everybody. What's the question here already? You got some schmutz on you there. I don't quite understand. I'm sorry. I don't know. Ah, my fingers. Soka, I just came out of the shower, but you know, the shower doesn't catch all that paint and stuff. Evidence of what I was doing yesterday. Update on the toilet construction. I didn't get the toilet installed. I know what's done is all the plastering is done, the painting is done, the trim is in, the baseboards are in, the floor tiles are all laid. There's a giant hole in the center of the floor where the throne is waiting to be installed. When I opened up the toilet package, it came in 3 giant boxes with all the components. The plugs, the electrical diagram, everything else. And it wasn't enough time yesterday to get it all done, so I just didn't try it. So that's next. Installing a toilet should be a few minutes work, but these new electrical jobs, this is a different story. And this is a bit of a different, we ordered what's called a reform model toilet. I know the building codes have changed here over the years, and the location of the hole in the floor, you know, the toilets are a standard size and shape in any given era. And holes used to be in a certain location in the bathroom floor, and then they changed to a different location when modern toilets came along. And we've got a modern toilet, but an old hole. So you get what's called a reform kit that goes together with the toilet, which moves the, you know, it sends the crap into a different location down through the floor. So just what everybody wanted to know this morning. The sketch is really unclear in some of these places, so we're going to wing it in a few spots. Whoopie-doo-doo. This is the simplified wave. Yes, indeed. This is the simplified wave. It's not the law for toilet positioning. It's building codes. And building codes, I mean, when you're building a house, you're going to buy all these components that fit into it. The toilet, the closet, doors, all the kitchen stuff, whatever. And it makes sense if things fit when you're putting them in. So what they've specified, I think any building code must have this, whatever. When you're building your bathroom space and the fixtures are going to go inside it, it's expected that the toilet would go against one wall and the hole at the bottom would be X centimeters away from the wall, that kind of stuff. So you could buy any brand of toilet and fit it in the same place, I think it's common sense. This is not a law. These are just simply building codes, And the positioning of the toilet, there used to be squat toilets in Japan. Of course, people used to face the wall sitting on this squatter. So the holes and stuff, all the infrastructure was in a different place. When they modernized, it required a new set of codes. But this building predates that. The toilet that we pulled out was an old squatter, same as when we renovated the second floor here. So the people who are building modern appliances know that people will buy the modern appliance to fit in a new house where the floors and substructure match the code, but they also know that they're going to be used for reforms where the substructure matches the old building codes. So the toilet simply comes with a kit, an installation kit, so that it redirects underneath the toilet. It redirects from where the hole should be to where the hole actually is. So it's no big deal, but it's a bunch of measuring and stuff. If I get it wrong, we're in big trouble. So I just didn't start last night because it was too late. It's literally like more than 30x pages of instructions to put this thing in. Get it wired. Toilets have to be you need electricity for toilets here. Unlike most places, And then you set all the controls, the temperature of the water for the hand washing, the temperature for the seat, the strength of the jets, all that kind of stuff. I think you need a degree in toilet installation. Come to Dave's Twitch stream to learn all about what? How do I sharpen the tools? You'll see me sharpening soon. This one's getting towards the end of its not lifespan. The blade will last for months, but it's getting near the end of its sharpened. I'll be doing that in a few minutes. Yeah, it's paint on my hands. Sorry about that. I did have a shower this morning, but it didn't cut this paint, so whatever. It's some polymer epoxy paint. I don't even know what they make it of these days. I think it's permanent. Okay, 3 little men all in a row here. I think there's 8 in the original picture. We've shrunk it down, scaled it down. I think there's 4 in the front row and 4 in the back row. I can't remember. I had a copy of the original somewhere here. Let's see. So what is there here? There's supposed to be there's 4 guys in the row and 4 in the back row. We're not just shrinking this thing down photographically. We're simplifying it. If we just shrunk it down photographically, the carving would take me way too long. Also, it wouldn't make sense. The people doing the print party, they're not able to get quite accurate registration, so there's no way they could register within a fraction of a millimeter. So we're simplifying the design. It still looks like the Great Wave. Everybody will recognize it for what it is. But it's a simplified version, rather than just a shrunk version, although it is also smaller than the original. And the real Great Wave takes 7 or 8 impressions, depending on the particular style of block carving. And this one is going to be 5 impressions. We've cut down the blues. It's going to be 2 blues instead of 3. And we're going to blend the sky and the boats together instead of having those as separate colors. Questions. Hey. Are you going to do the fuzzy carving thing? Italy. I'm not quite sure. I know I'm not what somebody's talking about here. If you know what's going on with fuzzy carving. On the normal version of the Great Wave, the sea is done with vivid straight lines and also with some fuzzy, what they call itabokashi, block gradation. The block is carved at an angle. And it gives it a bit more life to the sea. It gives it a bit more depth and life. But it requires the printer to be able to give a certain amount of proper pressure. If you press too hard, it doesn't work. Now this block, we've got the same thing. We've got the clear lines at the bottom here. Where am I? Let me get under the pipe. These are the clear sharp lines. And the top is where the fuzziness would go. But I'm still not sure whether I'm going to rough this up or not. Because these are not going to be professional printers using this block. This block is being designed for use in our print party room. So this is a simplified version of the Great Wave for use by people doing their own print party. They're not experienced printers at all. I've got my light moving here. Where am I? I just repositioned my light this morning. It doesn't want to stay. That's better. I can see what I'm doing now. It'll probably slide back. So I don't know about this. This is kind of an experiment, whether our print party guests will actually be able to make a reasonable version of the Great Wave. I don't know. We're not 100% sure this is going to work, but we're going to give it a shot. Everybody wants to do this, The current images we've been using, the Sensoji Temple and the little Momotaro boy, they've been okay. People have been enjoying them, but they really would like to make a more famous image, when they come for a print party. So we're going to try and get this on board. cut these mouths, you end up with a little grin on each of these guys, and the grinning is not what they're supposed to be doing. So, okay, I think that's a little man there. Let's move on to another zone. Where do we go next? Let's go up to this boat. My light is all getting itself mixed up here. Okay, what's in the chat? No idea, no idea. You guys are okay, are you? Good. Some of this is pretty blurred, you know. Anyway, let's give it a go. pretty hard little piece of wood. And we were explaining yesterday when I started this, or a couple of days ago when I started this, this isn't a new piece of cherry wood. This is not recycled, repurposed. It's the back side of the block that was prepared for me 4 years ago. The first print party print, we had the Peach Boy thing, and we prepared a really, really hard block for that. But the key block, it's a normal block prepared which has two sides, and we never used the back side, we just used front side. So this is the back side. I took the back surface off that block. We just unglued it, ripped it off, cut it apart. I put that surface, this one, on a new piece of central core. So this is the back face. It's been sitting face down on our print party bench for 4 years, being pressed on. And now it's going to come to life by itself. So it's a fairly abused piece of wood, actually. It's been washed and dried and washed and dried and washed and dried, literally hundreds of times. Something that normally wouldn't happen for a block, but it seems okay. It's quite hard. Not brittle. And maybe it's all that washing that has kept it from becoming brittle as it got older. I don't know. But, I'm enjoying it here. It's good. Peaceful stream today, so it's going to be a peaceful stream, but it's not going to be a peaceful day for us. We're well now into the spring busy season for us. Yesterday the shop was closed, but I had my computer running and Cameron was here. We were doing email and business stuff all day. And yesterday there was, I think it was 7 or perhaps 8 reservations for the upcoming times during the upcoming spring season. And that's the way it's going now. Every day there are at least half a dozen reservations for the time period coming up. My light doesn't want to stay in the proper place here this morning. I don't quite know why. Move my, just a sec here, sorry about the confusion. My light doesn't want to stay in the, doesn't want to stay in the right place here. There we are, looks better. How long is it going to stay, I don't know. And now I'm out of the view of the camera, right? Am I? Is that better? Someone's asking, am I going to inlay wood for the calligraphy? There isn't going to be the standard calligraphy box on this print. And like I said, we're not doing an absolute perfect reproduction of the design. We're not just shrinking it down in Photoshop onto a smaller piece of wood and carving it. We've adapted the design here. And, instead of 8 people in that previous boat, there were 3 people. We've trimmed down details to make it, printable by people with no experience. And so there isn't going to be that standard calligraphy cartouche. This isn't even going to be a square print. It's going to be an oval shaped print. Can I zoom out for just a minute and I'll show you what the idea here and what we're doing. We've adapted the design. So instead of being the standard square thing with that cartouche up at the top behind the wave is here, the boats are here, the mountain is here. We're going to put a title inside here. Katsushika Hokusai Nami Ura. And the reason we're going to put something in here is because if we have a wide open space here with nothing inside it, then when people put the paper on and they're rubbing, they can't see what's going on. They will smash into this zone and spoil their print. Remember, we're talking about beginner printers with their very, very first print. We've got to make this thing simplified to the sense that people can actually do this and walk away with a beautiful result. So it's in a circle, people rub in a circular motion here, the empty spaces are filled with detail to avoid smashing. So no, there's no cartouche with calligraphy on it up here at the top. It's simplified, but it's not babyfied. It's going to be interesting. It's going to look nice. It's going to look very much like the Great Wave. And if we, have managed to do our job properly here, it's going to be a very, very interesting and attractive thing for people to make. We'll see how it goes. You're talking about keeping the upstairs party room. There's no way we have that much staff. It's absolutely impossible. When we move downstairs in a couple of weeks, a few weeks, whatever, we're going to close up the second floor for a while. The party room on the second floor is going to be repurposed for different things. So we're still going to have just one party room. It's not a question of space, it's a question of staff, being able to do it. The kind of, I can run parties, but there's no way I should be running parties for the rest of my life, obviously, And we're trying to get staff trained who can do this. But to be able to be a personable host, to be able to speak English, to be able to know enough about printmaking, to be able to guide the people through it, it's a specific skill set that is not so common. And we can't just pick up the phone and, hey, start tomorrow, please do our print parties for us. This is not restaurant serving or checkout at a supermarket. This is a skilled, very, very skilled job. And there's 6 of us here who could do it now. We're training 2 more right now. But when you do staff rotation and days off, and it's still just nowhere near enough people. The wood for the ceiling of the new print party room should be delivered today. The current ceiling is nothing. It was a kitchen, and it's a dirty, terrible, just awful. But to tear the ceiling down and do it all over again would be really just beyond our capabilities. So what we're going to do is, it's already a hung ceiling up there. There's concrete roof way up above somewhere. There's a hung ceiling in it. And it's filthy and awful, and it's some funny fireproof tile because it used to be a kitchen, and we're afraid it might even be asbestos or something, so we're not going to touch that current ceiling. There's no way we want to fool around with it. But we can't hang a new ceiling from the current hung ceiling. Obviously you can't hang a ceiling from a hung ceiling. You don't know how much strength or how much weight or whatever's up there, and we can't get through these fireproof panels to get to the top up above to supply strength for hanging a new ceiling. So we were a bit of a jam. What are we going to do? We can't attach our ceiling to the current hung ceiling. we can't hang a new ceiling without going through to the concrete. So we decided what we're going to do. We're going to start building it next couple of days. We're going to build, I don't know how to describe it. We're building an arched ceiling in the room that supports its own weight, so that we don't have to hang anything from the current hung ceiling up there. Difficult to describe. We'll try and get some photographs if Cameron can get away from the bookkeeping and get down there to take some photographs for me. So we're building a sort of arch, not curved arch, but a straight arch from the left and from the right. We're going to anchor to the walls, go up to a peak in the center, and that way the left half and the right hand side will lean on each other and support their weight going out to the concrete walls. And for the paneling, for the actual structure of the ceiling itself, we've got a woven wood. Just normal straight gyprock or something is boring as hell. That's going to be no fun. We want the environment to be interesting and cool and everything else. So we found some woven wood panels where they've got some clean, clear wood. I think it's sugi, maybe cypress, something like that. It's sliced into slats about 2 inches wide by 8 feet long or whatever, and then it's woven into sheets and put on a back panel. And we're going to use that for the surface of the visible surface of the new arch ceiling that we're doing. How many times in my life have I carved the shape of Mount Fuji? I have no idea. So many prints I've made using this theme, if we had just scaled this thing down proportionally, now things like these lines, the line of this mountainside would be just a fraction of a millimeter thick, you know. If we had just simply taken a large image and shrunk, it would shrink the thickness of all the lines as well. We haven't done that. If we shrunk this down proportionally, this mountain would be, you know, a fraction of a millimeter, and it means the color registration would have to be that accurate. Inside here is going to be white on the finished print. You can see, here's the mountain. Inside the mountain will be white with some dark specks, and outside is going to be jet black. It'll be the gradation. And if I had just shrunk this thing down, I don't know the millimeter, whatever, this is X width. If we had just shrunk the print down, this would be, you know, a half of that width. But then the registration would be very, very difficult. So we've left some of the lines, of course, at the same width. If we didn't do that, nobody would be able to get the print registered. So it was not just an easy job to do this. It took Kaori-san, one of our staff girls, you know, it took her a long, long time to get this ready for me. She brought me different versions, and I'm like, no, yes, no, that's okay, but here's no good, and no, yes, no. She got kind of frustrated because all she knows about is drawing and pictures, and some of the things she brought looked fine from the picture point of view. You know, oh, that looks cool. But it didn't work from the making a print point of view, especially making a print being that they were beginners making a print. So she and I wrestled with a lot of this stuff. She got a bit, not angry at me, whatever, but some of it was quite frustrating for her because she's thinking that works fine as an image, but it didn't work fine for making prints. So anyway, we got through it, and here it is. And whether we got it right or not, I don't know. We'll see, but we think we're going to be able to make a good, that people will come out of the party being able to make a good, interesting picture. That must be a bit early today. It must be Mr. Cameron, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I reckon it's the shoe squeak. Oh, I was wrong. Look at this. I thought it was Cameron-san. I heard the squeak. 今の靴の音。はい。あれはキャメロンさんの靴と思ったんです。思った。そう、間違ったんです。あ、キャメロンさん。ケーブル気をつけてください。その青色の。はい。はい。早いね、今日、すぐさん。今日はね、早い。大丈夫？なんで？今日はお休みで電車が空いてたから。今日は休み？今日祝日、春分の日、秋分の日で。あ、そう。祝日で。ああ、そうそうそう。じゃあお店が混んでる。あ、そう。そうか。そうそう。Ha ha ha. Yeah, I was wrong. It wasn't Cameron, it's Suga-san. And she tells me today's a holiday here in Japan. I hadn't known that. It's autumn day. Shubun no hi, Shunbun no hi. I forget which one it is. So she's happy because the trains were not so crowded today. No salaryman. But the shop will be nuts. Oh, I didn't realize this. Okay, anyway. That squeak sounded just like Cameron's squeak. I mean, not his squeak, the shoe squeaking on the floor. It's raining here today, which will help keep things a bit quieter, obviously. working. That's it. Cameron has some voice issues today. Yeah, right. Spring. What am I thinking? It's autumn. God, I don't even know. Yeah, Shunbun no Hidesho. So, actually, she got it wrong first, I think. So, it's bathroom paint. Yeah, I tried to scrub it off in the shower, but it doesn't want to come off. It's some kind of funny epoxy or something. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, it's the color of the bathroom walls, of the top half of the bathroom walls. It's a two-tone. We've got plaster on the bottom half and paint up on the top half. Downstairs percentage, I have no idea. I can't say such a thing. I know I don't know. What can I say? The ceiling. I don't know. I just don't know what kind of percentage. We had hoped to be. We had figured 4 weeks to 6 weeks to get the job done, with 3-4 of us working. We lost a person partway along, and then spring hit us before we really got a chance to get our feet on the ground. And now mentally, sort of both me and Aoyama-san, we've just sort of given up. We don't have a deadline. We want to get this done by next week or 2 weeks because there's so many big jobs still to go. We have to build the floor, the raised floor in the party room, put tatami on it. We have to put in the new ceiling in the party room. I've framed the sales counter, but I haven't done any of the detail in it. It's not wired for lights. It doesn't have shelves, doesn't have doors, doesn't have a front surface. The browser bins have just the shell. That's what the English boy left us, with a shell. We haven't done anything else with the browser bins yet. There's no floor. We have to lay a whole floor. I mean, we are not close. We're not even close. So, and we're already 6 weeks in. So I don't know. People asking about when it will be open, I just don't know. I'm sorry. It's very disappointing for us. We had hoped to be in there for construction during November through December through January. Peaceful, quiet winter season. Do the construction quietly, then open in the spring. We had two huge problems. One is the guy downstairs didn't move, and then second, the help we organized bummed out on us. So I don't know. I just don't know. It'll be open when it's open. And really, honestly, we've just given up now mentally, thinking about a deadline. We just work down there when we can do it. Today, Aoyama-san will be down there. I won't have a hope of even going downstairs today, let alone working downstairs. So as far as the Mokuhankan downstairs shop goes, just for the moment, please just sort of forget it exists. It'll be ready when it's ready. There's another huge job coming, which we've just, Aoyama-san, we've been postponing. That's the outside front of the shop. Now, those of you who've seen pictures of it, there's a rat-infested sort of old front thing that they built years ago. We've got to rip that off, build a new front face to the building, the first floor, bring our sign lower down so it'll be visible. The more I think about how many big jobs are left, I just, whatever. We'll be open in 2019 maybe, who knows. This one must be, I guess, Cameron. Yeah, there's the squeak, right? Can you hear it? I got fooled by this shoes squeaking. Maybe you've got the same shoes. About 20 minutes ago, the doorbell rang. Somebody came up the stairs. The door opened. I heard the squeak. I thought, it's Cameron. I recognize that squeak on the shoes. I'm announcing to the street, Cameron's here. It's Sugu-san. And her shoes squeak just the same as yours, so I hadn't recognized it.
It's rainy, so I think
maybe, Ahsoka, maybe that's it. I don't know. Here's Cameron. They're all like, get ready, stand by for the Wi-Fi, and all that sort of stuff. So we keep that meme keeps coming back, but we haven't had problems recently.
Not lately, no.
Not anything specifically.
But now that we've mentioned it,
I don't. I'm physically wired today. It's not Wi-Fi today. So. I'm physically Wi-Fi wired. It's a quite quiet stream, so. People are asking, what's the update on the shop? When will the shop be open? And I'm like, yeah.
I've got some pictures on the camera, but I didn't copy them over yesterday. Sorry about that.
Camera, whatever. Okay.
Save it for another day when there are some more pictures to see. But I'll hop in if you want to actually carve this one.
Sure. We've only got, I'm carving Mount Fuji again for the 99th time in my career or whatever. I don't know. So we do it, there's 3 wires. One's going that way, 2 are going this way. Whatever.
Make it easy on us.
Should be okay, I think. Yeah. That's what I'm pad as soon. Yeah, sure.
Good morning, good morning.
I haven't copied it at all, so.
Exclamation, Cameron. There's
So the bot.
I gotta fix the bot. Might be fun to update that command. Yeah, I don't know if I'm that new anymore. It's been, 6 months?
Oh, that's right. What does it say? Cameron is Mokohagan's new manager. Wow.
Since around October. The guy who pops up an hour into the stream if his train is not late. Yes.
Yeah, it might need an update. So.
Yeah. Hello. It's just jumping back a bit. Did you already see it? Someone said, if you need help, I can go if you feed me and let me spy on your workbench.
Well, I tried that last month and it didn't work, you know? What can I say? Can I trust you?
So how much is it raining outside? Not too bad, but enough to make squeaky shoes for everybody, I guess. And did you already answer their question about the paper supplier?
Paper supplier? No, I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Just asking, is there any update on the new paper, the supplier quality, anything going on?
No, we're still testing it, and every time we put a batch of paper into service, we're still using Iwanasan's paper, but I also include a few sheets of the new Sawaki-san paper for testing, so we're just still testing it. Yeah. It's not prime time, not ready for prime time, but we're not giving up on it, and Sawaki-san too is committed to helping us keep working at it till we find a paper that works for us. So. Yeah. But I have nothing new to report.
Okay. Have you tried out the new Iwano paper that arrived?
It's been sized, hasn't been printed yet.
Oh, okay. Because we mentioned that yet, but I remember you pretty excited when it arrived and it looked so.
The fact that there is paper, yes.
Yeah.
So. I mean, remember, Sawaki-san's not ready, so we still very much need Iwano-san. Even though we've been, dissing him and we're not happy with it and stuff like that. Yeah. Our business depends on him still.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ouch. The new exclamation Cameron, or the Cameron command for the bot.
Oh, it's changed.
Says,
he's there, is he?
Enough lollygagging. These emails aren't going to answer them, or those emails aren't going to answer themselves. Ouch. Thanks.
Just to get this on a public record, I don't know, was it yesterday? I don't know. I was working downstairs and Cameron took my computer yesterday, went through my inbox, went through my inbox, answered my emails. Thank you very much, sir.
At your request, right? Yeah. People are saying the U.S. clocks changed, but Japan's did not. Yep.
We've been hearing this for a few weeks, so I think Britain and Canada have already done this. Different places have done it. So we're hearing this pretty much every weekend now that somebody has missed the stream or whatever because
they're expecting it at a different time.
So here in Japan, we don't do that. Just so everybody knows, Japan doesn't do clock changes. So we're not the ones who are changing. It's up to you guys to recognize the difference. So.
And I used to always find that annoying in the U.S., but then living here, during the summer, the sun seems to get up at 4 a.m, and it's up bright and early, so I kind of wish that we had more darkness in the morning and more light at night.
You like the daylight savings then, do you?
I never thought I did, but I don't like 4 a.m. light, so... But I guess it works. probably just need a bunch of good blackout curtains.
Or turn out to be, go to bed early and get up early. I thought you were that type anyway. I thought you're not a late night party
No,
type.
not a late night person, no. But 4 a.m. is pushing it for getting up. I'd love to get up early if my body would let me, someone says. Well, if you put it to bed early, your body will let you.
Just do the math.
Yeah. Does email sent through the Contact Us form on the MokuHonCon website get checked often? Yes.
Ask Cameron.
Yeah, ask me.
We're talking about the MokuHonCon English side or Japanese side, but actually both. It should, unless you fill it with links and it gets spam trapped, it should be seen.
Yeah, it should be. Sometimes I don't know the answer, and so it takes a little while.
That comes to both of us, right? Doesn't it? I can't remember what the contact page where it comes to.
Yeah.
Unless we screwed it up in our email restructuring recently.
But I think I've usually been.
Come to think of it, I don't remember getting anything. I got one this morning from the woodblock.com contact page, but I'm not really sure if I'm...
Yeah. Did I miss a question of yours? Pierogi guy? Pierogi? I don't know how to read. Let's see if I missed it. Such Dreskar. We here in Indiana didn't used to observe daylight savings. Yeah, I'm from Indiana too. It's been weird ride changing their policies all the time. But let's see what else do we have over here. Someone said my policy is to observe 5 o'clock per day. True. Canada's phasing out their penny.
Japan certainly should. I don't know about...
Round everything up or down to the nearest 5 or 10?
10, I guess. I don't know. 5 maybe. Depends on the tax situation. Our tax is 8%, which gives necessity for that. But next year the tax is going to 10%, which means you won't even need a nickel anymore, right? You can just stick with dimes. So. The problem with Japan phasing it out is because it's not a penny, it's the yen, and that's the unit. That's the currency.
That's the basic unit.
How do you phase out your currency? It's like saying Americans phase out the dollar.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite make sense.
No.
So the idea is it should be redenominated, just multiply it by 100 or divided by whichever, divided by 100. So.
Yeah.
The thing that we now call 100 yen should be the yen itself. They've done that before.
Yeah. I think for a long time the sen was the unit.
Something. So they've gone back and forth. So what we now call sen, which is 1,000 yen, used to be the unit, or I think it was 100th of a yen or 1,000th of a yen.
Yes. Yeah, I think 100th of a yen, and then as inflation happened, then it became ridiculous to keep a ton of sen coins, and so then they just got rid of that.
Was it 100th or 1,000th? Why would it be called sen if it was 100th?
I think it was a just different kanji.
Different kanji. Okay.
Yeah. That's the hard part of Japanese. So many words pronounced the same, but they're all written.
So you had
ways.
sen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Kibara. Someone said... Oh,
How's it going after 6 months of working with Dave? Someone said, my Wi-Fi absorption has adapted during these 6 months.
Is it 6 months? When did you start?
It was beginning of October, so almost 6 months, yeah.
So, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't we have a deal or something that there was going to be a probation period for 6 months? I forget
Yeah,
what
have
the
I
deal
made
was.
it?
I don't remember the contract. I don't remember what we did.
Yeah, it was either 3 or 6. We could look at that again.
So we have to make a decision here. Are you going to be...
Am I still allowed to play?
Is it my decision or yours? Who's running the place here? So.
I think it's still you. But, let's see. Oh, yep. Canada says cash transactions are rounded, whereas credit are still to the nearest 1 unit.
Ah, yeah, paper transactions.
Yeah.
1 unit meaning pennies, you mean?
Pennies, yeah, sorry. 100th of a unit, I guess. How long ago did Japan phase out the sen? I'm going to recommend you pull up Wikipedia. I'm not sure.
Before we were born. I mean, when I came here, it was yen already. So
Mm-hmm.
it was post-war. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah. Remember... Didn't you say you have some old 500 yen
I do, notes. So that was when I was here, there were 500 yen paper.
Yeah.
There was 500 yen paper. And 100 yen paper disappeared just before I came.
Just before you...
So,
okay.
So
But they may have
that
still
wasn't
been in circulation.
Yeah, that wasn't a
little bit.
redenomination. That was just simply
Yeah,
just using coins or paper,
Right.
the physical format.
Yeah.
So I used to use 500 yen paper notes. I know that. I remember that. They were
Yeah.
blue. And I knew about 100 yen paper notes, but they weren't in active circulation when I first came here. So I didn't have a wallet with them.
Yeah. And
But they hadn't been gone for long.
In the year 2000, they ran a limited run, I think. And they might still be printing them, of
what?
2,000 yen notes.
So we see them in shops.
And so, yeah, they occasionally come, but I found people abroad who convert their money.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
You know-
get 2,000 yen notes
Yes.
way more frequently
So,
than you get
no,
them
you
within
don't
the
know the
country.
story?
No, I don't know why that is.
They've made 2 attempts to put them into general circulation, and both times they've been rejected by the general populace and by shopkeepers and by people that make, the counting machines.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Put the notes in. So they gave up, but they still have them, and they have stacks in the Osaka Mint there. They have pallets, warehouses full of 2,000
yen
notes.
notes.
So the solution was send them overseas. No, I mean, they do
I
foreign
thought
exchange, send them
something like this
overseas.
must
So when
have
you go to an
happened.
overseas bank in London to buy yen ready for your trip to Japan,
You get
they will
2,000
give
yen
you
notes.
10, well, not all, because too much. They give you 10,000 yens plus 5s plus 2s. So that's why foreign travelers here are full of brand new, crisp, never circulated 2,000 yen.
Got it. Well, that's funny.
So we get them here all the time because we deal with foreigners.
Yeah.
So it's not just random; it's a thing.
Yeah.
They've brought them from overseas.
The Japanese people don't want them, so they send them to the foreigners to bring back to Japan.
And there are shops here who still will not take them. They'll say,
I don't know what
do you
this
have
is.
anything else? Or
Yeah.
anything else?
I wonder why. What?
I don't know. I know the Okinawa people, because it's an Okinawa-themed note. The Okinawa people who perhaps are a bit deservedly paranoid about this feel that it's a discrimination against them. I don't think that's true. I think it's just whatever.
So they would be more likely to like the 2,000
I
yen note? Is that
suppose
what
so.
you're
I
saying?
don't know.
Is
I
that-
don't know. That's a good question. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe in Okinawa they are in general circulation. I don't know, because it's got the Okinawa, the castle thing on the back.
Yeah.
So that's the story. It's still they've tried twice and have just basically given up. You know?
Yeah.
So they are here. They're in circulation, but nobody wants them.
Interesting. Someone's saying Japan should get rid of the 1 yen coin. It's useless.
Well, of course.
But it's kind of fun. You can get it to float on top of water. It's not really floating. It's getting lifted by surface tension. Yeah.
Does that not work with a penny? Are they too heavy?
I think they're a little too
Because they're
heavy.
copper. This is aluminum. So,
Yeah.
is that the claim to fame for a currency? It floats.
It floats. Yep. Oh yeah, looks there are people who found this out for us. Sen and Lin. I don't even know what Lin is, but they were phased out in
Lin.
1953. So,
50.
so
So
yes,
in my
well
time,
before
but
we were here. But yeah, the 2,000 yen note thing sounds like the dollar coin in the U.S. They've tried to create it several times, but it just doesn't stick.
Oh, I've heard some. Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
Well, who wants a pocket full of heavy stuff? I mean,
Yeah.
really,
But then why did Japan go from a 500 yen note, a $5 note essentially, to the huge
Yeah,
gold-colored coins?
So
They're big and heavy.
Yeah, they are
They're-
big and heavy. So
They're cool, but
when you got one in your pocket, you got enough for lunch.
Yeah.
1 coin lunch. And that's advertised all over the place. You see it in the sign of a restaurant. 1 coin lunch.
Yep. Katakana. 1 coin lunch. 1 coin. That's good.
It's not going to get you dinner anywhere, but it's going to get you lunch.
Yep. A bowl of soba or udon, probably. The guy, Kane EAS, says, when I paid with 2,000 yen notes, people got oddly excited.
Well,
I've never seen one of these things.
So, what is this? Wow, look, this is cool. Hey, they call everybody, look at this, look at this, look at this, because they haven't seen them. So, exactly, there's that case too. You know.
Yeah, they're not common at all.
Everybody wants to see it once and to see one, but there are lots of people who have never seen them.
Mm-hmm. True.
What's the deal though in America about the $2 bill? I remember that when we were in America. I was there in 1980 or something. We were doing a demonstration in Los Angeles at the Japan Expo.
Yeah.
And we were visiting Disneyland. A bunch of us who had been sent as craftsmen to do the demonstrations here. It was somewhere in Anaheim, so they sent us on the day off to Disneyland.
Right.
And we're over there, and one of the guys got given in his change an American $2 bill. And the tour guide says, oh my God, you're so lucky, they're so rare, you know, can I have it, and all that kind of stuff, and blah, 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 blah. So, I still don't know the story. There is such a thing.
They do exist, but they are rare. So, I believe they're still printing them, just not in big numbers. So I've heard of people, you can go to a bank and specifically request them. And I remember on an 8th grade trip, I don't know why I remember this, but as a kid, we were taken on a tour to Washington, D.C., and our tour guide gave us our lunch money for the day, our stipend, because we paid to the tour company, and then they gave us some money to use, and they gave it to us all in $2 bills, and everyone was so excited because no one's ever had a handful of $2 bills before.
But do people accept them? Are they...
Yeah, most machines, I think, don't. Like a vending machine, you can't put a $2 bill. It's usually 1, 5, 10.
So it's sort of similar to the Japanese 2,000 yen situation then?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's usable, but not everywhere, and it's rare.
And it's the normal green, I guess. I can't remember what it was. It's just the same old color. All your bills are the same tone, same color.
Yeah, not anymore though. They've added some purple and blue and orange and things.
Common sense at last. Yeah.
But I like that Japan's bills are all different sizes too, not just color. But
yeah, most countries do that. It's for sight challenged people.
Yeah. Huh. Joe Reese VT says, currency is more likely to be spent when it's in coin form instead of bills. I wonder why that is.
You mean to get rid of the heavy stuff on your pocket?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Could be. So it encourages spending by having 500 yen coins.
Is this a thing, or is this an opinion, or what's
I'm not sure. He says it's a psychology thing, but I wonder if you can...
Based on what
give us some
country, what
peer-reviewed
currency?
studies.
No, but I mean, are we talking about American coins versus, or European stuff? Totally different.
That's interesting. Rin was 1,000th of a yen, whereas sen was 100th of a yen. And so those two were both abolished or phased out in 1953.
Cool.
Yeah. It says, or Kontar, I often ended up with a pocket full of coins in Japan.
Yeah.
Kept spending the bills, but then had 5,000 yen in coins. Yep.
Yeah, you have to work on it. You know, when you come to a cashier, you have to dig out your thing. You have to work on getting rid of all those coins. So.
It's true. You gotta figure out how to count. When you have a bill that ends in 6, throw in a 1 yen coin if you don't have 6 exactly, so that you get a 5 back instead of 4 more ones.
I found that, especially the local little Lawson around the back here, the kids just do not get it. You'll bless it, and I'll put in an extra 100 yen coin because I want to get the 5 back, whatever, and I put in 2 or 3 little coins. And why are you giving me this stuff?
So don't give me so much.
So what are you doing with this? I said, just punch it in. They punch it in, it comes back 500.
Oh, that's why.
That's why. And these kids don't get it.
Oh, that's so funny.
I don't want to be the default fart here, but I suspect they don't do math and they don't do arithmetic because it's all calculated. So nobody knows about 6s and 1s and how to make things round off and stuff, This is
freeze
not
to
a strange
eight.
experience. The kid looks at you and says, "What are you doing?" You know,
Yeah.
and you have to say,
I've
"Just
had that a
punch it in."
couple of times, but usually I've had people say like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah.
You're
'Cause
a,
they get it.
You're
Yes.
a white guy who
So-
knows what he's doing with these
Yes,
coins.
yes. Well, that, but also that they don't have to run out of 1 yen coins because
Right.
they're just going to have to give you back a single 500 yen coin in change or whatever it is. You know,
Yep.
so.
Yep.
And maybe if I'm discriminating, whatever, it's the older people get it, but the kids just don't
Huh.
do this. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's fun for me. It's a little tiny mental challenge to help you stay awake and to
Yeah.
help you stay alert. Get the cash register, bang, 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 and while they, in the quick 1 or 2 seconds while they are standing there, you
Yeah.
look at the number on the register, look at what's in your pocket,
The way to
and
get rid of
what's-
the most
so
number
what's
of
exactly,
coins.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's a good little mental. You know, I'm still alive. I can do this. You know,
Yeah.
before the guy drops dead of boredom. You know.
Yeah.
Kawaii-san, good morning. Hello. Busy party day today.まだ降ってる？
降ってますね。また強くなってきました。
Coins are also apparently more cost effective for the minters because they
But they
last a lot
yes,
longer
of course,
in circulation.
Of course, so much. And they only get more valuable, copper and stuff, as time goes by, I think, you know, whatever. Come to the Twitch Japanese woodblock printmaking stream and learn about the world's currency.
Yeah.
What is it
I think you're
today?
talking about this. Help. Let's see you carve more instead
Whatever.
of asking questions.
This is mindless carving at the moment. It's just wave shapes. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Oh, we've done waves before?
昨日泉さんと話したんですね。このものが随分遅くなったんですけど、申し訳ないすぐ送ります。今日届くかな。テストです。これは十分いいですか、どうですか、厚さとか、折り線も OK ですかとか。で今日これも
テストペーパー。
段ボールこのもの線入って折るようなものかワンシートいろんな見本サンプル
おはようございます。
Oh, good morning. Yeah, people are saying eventually digital currency or just cards and phones to pay things will take over for cash in many countries, but they said in Japan cash is still king, and I believe that's true, but credit cards and Suica cards, the cards people use for trains and things, they are being used a lot more.
I mean, nobody buys a train ticket for cash ever, period.
Yeah.
So I'm not so sure I'm going to buy that. You know?
Yeah.
Japan has been recalcitrant in picking up credit cards. We know that, but they've been in the leaders of countries using cards for payment. Every train ticket, every 7-Eleven purchase, the Nanako card, whatever. I mean, the Chinese are way ahead with the things, it seems. They're people buying everything with their phone, you know.
Yeah.
I think they're way ahead. And part of the thing in Japan was not that surveillance is the wrong word to use, but it's tax issues. A lot of people in certain places like bars and small family restaurants do not want to switch away from cash because they're not, really not declaring all their income, and it's kind of accepted and allowed that small family businesses, so that they can get protected from the big heavy chains and evil Amazons and et cetera, that they can have a little bit of a leg up and a bit of an advantage to survive. So the tax department is not too strict with such places. They declare whatever X% of their income, whatever they think they can get away with, and it's quietly let go as a gesture of support for the small business community. That used to be in law, actually, when the shoize, the consumption tax, started.
Yeah.
Anybody who had annual sales of, I think the initial figure was 3,000,000, I don't know, 30 million yen. Anybody under 30 million yen could charge the tax to customers, but was not obligated to send it in to the government.
So they could just keep the 8%
Yes,
or the
keep
5%.
It was 5%. To keep the 5%, and this was in law. This is not a secret, and it was specifically to protect small businesses from the evil chains.
Yeah.
And that the limit was lowered from 30 million to 10 million, and that brought me under it because I used to be included in that category back then. And then once it was lowered to 10, I had no choice. I had to then start sending tax into the government.
Got it.
And it's still there. The limit is still there.
Yeah.
So that's part of the thing, in order to help small businesses and family businesses keep operating, the tax people are lenient with this. And by not using credit cards, by running on a cash basis. No, we don't take credit cards. No, we don't take credit cards.
Yeah.
There's no record of what their yearly sales were.
No record of all the transactions.
So, but if everything goes through the bank and through credit card companies, then they can't hide it anymore.
Yeah.
So there's more than one factor. It's not just Japan being, how come Japan is so slow when it's such a technologically advanced country? There are social issues involved here. The government is trying, in its way, to protect small-scale businesses. So there's a lot of issues mixed together here.
And someone asks exactly the question you just answered. Why is the use of cards, especially contactless, etc., not more prevalent in Japan when otherwise they're so ahead in adopting technology? You just answered that.
Well, one
ways,
take on
yeah.
it. That's not the whole complete total answer.
No, but
I mean, another reason for it too. There is another really big reason. Up until recently, we're using this Square company, and they blew up in the market because before that, if you want to work with JCB or something and take cards, you've got a monthly test studio. You've got new Kaiken of $300, $400, $500. You've got monthly test studio of about $300, some yen, even if you don't accept one transaction. So those companies had you by the balls. Prohibitively expensive. So we would never have taken credit cards if that had been the system. Then the modern companies came in and blew that all wide open.
yeah.
So there are many, many factors, not just that one factor. Japanese banks have not, they've traditionally charged extremely high fees for everything. Sending money across town, it's 400 yen to send more, 580 yen to send a bank transfer across town.
Wow.
That's another factor. The bar around the corner where I go, Dimas, they're still using that archaic, antiquated system, and they're paying God knows how much in fees per month. I've tried to tell them, look, here's what you should be doing, but the kid on the register doesn't care. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
The managers are delinquent in just accepting this.
Yeah. All right, question from Camilo Mr. MR Madness. Camilo Mr. Madness, maybe? Dave, is a 40 gram per square meter Kozo paper useful for printing?
I don't know because I don't know the numbers.
Okay.
We don't buy ours by weight, and I don't know what that number means. And not being an editor, I don't have a mental image of what that means.
Because the Japanese print paper makers don't measure it the same
Some of them
way.
do. I mean, I think if you're buying from an actual official catalog and stuff, it is measured by gram stuff. But me and Iwano-san, we just talk to each other. What do you want? Yeah, about the same as last time. A bit heavier, okay.
Yeah.
In 25 years I've been buying from him, we've never used grams per meter. So I myself, it's a little hole, an ignorant hole in Dave's particular knowledge about how to express the information.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I don't know.
Okay.
I should be more hip to that, but I'm sorry I'm not. I don't know.
Is this a meme I don't know about? Someone asked for people to buy them potatoes, and people are saying, "Oh, I can give you yams, and I'd give you spuds if I had any." Is this something you know about? Okay.
Oh?
That's all right.
In our chat, you mean? Or
Yeah, in
general?
here.
I don't know, I'm sorry.
Okay,
No
that's
idea.
all right. Yeah.
Unless it's gone over my head, I don't know. I'm sorry. I have missed lots of the comments in the chat, especially now that I'm carving, I can't see the screen. So
Right. Yeah. Just wasn't sure if that was one that's come up. in
They
past
popping down
times.
there? Or
Yeah.
up to 20 times. That's one.
Yeah. Got it. people are saying Japan is viewed as technologically advanced, but he's saying it's 1990s level of technologically advanced. We don't know how fax machines are still so big here. Every business uses them.
Well, we don't have one.
Yep.
No, I'm sure every business. And you think Japan is technologically deficient. You go to Shinjuku rush hour,
Yeah.
7 o'clock in the morning. You stand by those gates, and you'll see 20 gates in a row.
Yeah.
And the people are going through those gates. What's the timing between those Suica cards touching?
Half a second.
So it's nowhere near a second. It's
Yeah,
nowhere near a
bam,
second.
bam,
This is
bam,
20
bam.
gates all in a row, and the stream is going through for an hour, more than an hour at a time.
Yeah. And it doesn't stop.
And it doesn't stop. And it doesn't break down. It doesn't twitch. It doesn't glitch. It doesn't do anything. All that data is being registered from those cards. I mean,
Yeah.
you give me a break.
It's
You tell me
amazing.
it's not
No.
technologically advanced.
Oh no, there's plenty that is. I was just reading this.
You know,
but-
think about the system that's behind that. My God, there's nothing like it on this planet. You know?
Yeah.
And then they go inside the station and they use the same card to buy the newspaper and their coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the guys who used to stand there and punch tickets? Was that ever in existence when you were here? You know?
I don't think so.
There was men standing there. Everybody had to have a paper ticket. They had to go to the window, buy a paper ticket.
Yeah.
You give it to the man, he takes it from you, punches it, gives it back to you, and in you go.
Wow. Every day.
Every window. That was the
Like-
way the train system worked. You got punched in and punched out. When you came out, you gave him the ticket. He looked at it,
Yeah.
calculated whether a 350 yen ticket was enough from the destination to where
That
he
you went,
was.
yeah.
And he knows it in his mind.
Wow.
And he takes it and says, okay, away you go.
Yeah.
And that was happening right there at Shinjuku rush hour.
Okay, that I can't fathom. I've seen that a bunch of times on the small lines outside of the city.
The whole system, that's how it
but
worked.
that's crazy. Wow.
Before computers, young man.
Yep.
You want to giggle one day, or go to Yahoo Auctions to see what's on offer and Google the term, I don't know what it will come up, used train tickets matomete. And people are selling cardboard boxes full of punch tickets. And people collect these things, one from every station on the system and stuff
Yeah.
like this, and they arrange them in maps on the walls. So these are a thing. It's a collectible thing.
Interesting.
Used train tickets. And maybe there's probably rare ones unpunched or so. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know anything about it, but just that it's there.
Huh.
And people sell these things. I mean, train geeks. I mean, trains are a thing.
Yeah. Densha otaku is a
So.
big thing. Yeah.
And these tickets are part of it. Massive boxes full of punched and unpunched and pre-punched and whatever train tickets.
Yeah. Suica cards? Watermelon cards? No, it's Suica.
What is the pun? There's a meaning. I know.
There is.
IC was the in information card or something.
Okay.
IC or chip, an IC
Yeah.
chip was inside the card. So IC was the base of it. SUICA. So IC
And the CA, I'm sure, is Kado for a card.
cardo, and then what's the SU? It was all a meaning. It came.
Yeah.
It came. It's logical. It's nothing to do with watermelons.
Yeah, and then there's another one, a similar card, but in more southern areas. I think Kobe, Osaka,
Pasmo?
Kyoto. They do, what is it called? Ikoka, and the ICOCA, and IC again is that information chip or whatever it is.
integrated
But
circuit.
Ikoka in Japanese means like, shall we go?
Let's go, yeah.
So there's another pun. So they're all puns because Japan loves its puns, plays on words for everything. Oh, are you in charge of the party at 10?
I have to be here.
It's 9:36.
Kawai-san's here. He's getting set up, so I'm in no panic. But
Okay.
I should get going. I got to get a coffee. I haven't done anything yet. I came out of the shower. You can see all people we're all in the like. What's going on, Dave?
Oh.
Wash your hands or whatever. And I
It's
tried
funny.
washing it off, but it wouldn't come off in the shower.
Yeah.
It's the bathroom wall. You know. Oh, Shiba-san's here. She has got to come in here and say hello to the stream here.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So don't sign off before
Okay.
Shiba-san gets here. Absolutely. We have to
Someone jumped in and said 40 grams per square meter is like tissue paper, whereas 80 is standard printer paper. So that would...
They're telling me or asking me?
Someone is saying, yeah, that's what it is. So that would help with kind of imagining what the paper would feel like. Is tissue paper too thin to print on then? Or?
Well, we use Gampi for certain functions. We don't
Right.
use it for our main printing paper. Shiba-san, good morning, good morning. Hi.
おはようございます。
みぞれ降ってますよ。青梅みぞれ、雪っぽい。
そうか。Take your shoes. Come and say hello to the stream.
This is Shiba-san.
Well,
あ、おはようございます
this is the lady we saw Saturday morning, last Saturday. We were doing paper sizing. This is Shiba-san who we're doing paper sizing with. And, we showed her print, the ghost print you made, ghost series. 見ました？昨日のメール見ました？
昨日のメールなんか届いたのがなんだっけ、スケジュール入れるやつ。
売り上げが見えるような画面ですね。今日
じゃあ私そこ見てない。スケジュールを入れろってことだと思ってスケジュール入れた。
What are we up to? How many have we sold the last few days?
そんなに？
そう。To say thank you to the stream. Lots of people. Some of the people.
Thank you.
今回のストリームの中の見てる人が買ったんです。
わあ、ありがとうございます。
So, just explain to you, the couple of people watching the stream today, we know ordered Shiba-san's print over the last few days. So, Shiba-san, that's it. They're here.
助かります。Thank you.
値上げ
値上げ？値上げしないです。そのままです。
だから在庫ありますか？
在庫はあと何枚かな。今そこにあるものだけ。
じゃあこれから作る？
そう。
She's gonna make some more. When are they gonna?
今週の土日月ですります。
Okay. じゃあいつ頃できますか？
今月にはできます。
あ、そう。ここまで。
やります。3日あればすれるので。
Okay.
はい。
何回すりですか
？15回ぐらいです。
About 15 impressions on that print, she says. そうか。What's the next? 次の絵柄考えてますか？
考えてます。
これから彫る？
これから彫ります。まだ下絵を描いてない状態なので、まだ頭の中にあるだけで。
Can you tell her?
Okay, so she's got another design coming, but first the ghost one is about 15 printings, 15 impressions, that's the word. And she's going to print more, she said Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so over this weekend.
多めですり
And
ま
they
す。
should be ready to sell, to replenish our now low stock this month. And she has another design coming, thinking
次の
of the
デザイ
design.
ンはどの
次、妖怪です。
The next one's going to be
妖怪。
もうちょっと説明してください。
悲しい妖怪の物語。
a sad ghost story.
渋さんのカメラ、
Yeah, she's here.
もうちょっといい内緒、secret?
ない。
ちょっと説明してください。
まだ全然決まってないんですよ。コンセプト、これをやろうってだけで、どこまでどうやるかっていうのがまだちょっと自分の中でも、どうしようかな、どこまで説明しようかなってところなので。画伯みたいな。
Yes, this is the artist behind the steel and kabuki.
なんだろうな。また、
みんなが Hello, hey, hello, Shiba-san, hello. おはよう。
おはようございます。
Love your ghost prints.
Thank you very much. そうですね。次、なんだろう。
すごいね。
本当ですか。
How many were sold? Over the weekend? Quite a few. I don't know how you say, plus the previous week's sales. I think 7 or 8 or something. And so we're low on stock for this one, and we've got more coming.
It's extremely reasonably priced, and sort of the thought that it's actually too cheap for what it is. 値段は安すぎかどうか。よく売ってますから OK です。みんなはハッピーですが。なぜ小ケーラは9500円。
あの時は私が下げたいって6000円台がいいって言って、デイビッドさんが絶対1万越せって言うから、それで、やだ
やだ
じゃあ7000円ダメ !1 万
怒ってないんですが、本当に他の作品と比べると、このようなパワーがあるもの、そのような技術がかかるものは、本当にちょっと安すぎですね。
いやでも中の出来がさ
渋さんも喜んでますし、客さんも喜びますから、OK、ゴ
ー。私はあれぐらいが妥当だと。だから本当はサルちゃんもうちょっと下げたいんです。次の妖怪は、スパイダーです。雲です。
So people ask, which yokai? It's going to be a spider themed design.
そう。で、季節は春です。スプリングです。
Okay, a spring spider.
Yes.
Sad story.
Yes.
ありがとうございます。
Thanks, Shiba-san. Okay. Party Jimmy, isn't he? She's a party host this morning. She and Kawai-san. So actually, I'm off. Shiba-san
you're off
and
for
Kawai-san's here as well. So.
Cool.
like I don't have anything else to do, but and it's not part of it. It's not part of it.
Aeromass might have been understanding the Japanese conversation. He says, I sense a price hike in the course. He's trying to convince her, but I think we're going to stay where
Yeah, no, whatever.
where
You can mention what it is. I know it's fine that she's convinced that she doesn't want to take too much for it because she doesn't feel herself. She's an established artist with a reputation, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And I'm more of the way I'm the bean counter guy here. I've got to look at how many colors that took, how many blocks it took, how much time it takes to make it, and stuff like that. And I would like her to at some point make a living from this.
Yeah.
And that's good. She's got the popularity.
Stream stop. No. Oh, we're back. Okay, we're back.
Drop frames?
No.
Nothing.
Oh, 0.5%. That's
We're wired in. Did somebody
substantial.
bang the wire here?
No.
It's possible somebody banged this.
nobody's walked behind,
Okay.
but okay. It says we're back though. Okay.
So the point being, I'm not trying to be a jerk about this. I'm trying to think. I would like to see her making a living from this. So that means charging a price of at least what it costs to make it, plus how to put rice in your mouth.
Yeah.
No, she's not going to expect to be totally independently a printmaker at this point. But if we put them too cheap and get people trained that they're going to be that cheap, that doesn't help you make a living. You
it'll be
have
hard
to
to raise
think
the
about
price later.
So I'm not trying to be a jerk about this or trying to hurt the customers or anything. This is my function here, running the business. And I'm not running her business, but I do run a business. And successfully for 30 years, we've managed to find a balance between those things. Having prices that are acceptable and reasonable and happy to the consumers, and yet allow us to put rice in our mouths.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I was bringing it up there.
Yeah.
And we hear in the shop many times, that's all? Okay, I want one.
Yep.
And that's great. It's real easy to sell stuff when it's cheaper than it should be. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Someone on the Facebook post that I made about it, someone said, "Why do you always tempt me with these designs? Let me open the page." Oh, actually, that's a great price.
So whatever. Anyway, there's no plans to change it, and you heard her reaction. No, she's going to keep it, and she's the boss on that thing. Mokohangan is just providing a venue.
To sell her price.
So I'm not the official publisher with a capital P. She's making it, conceiving it. We don't tell her anything about what to do. We've helped her obtain some paper, source some paper this time around, and we freely provide the venue for her putting it into the world because it's a plus all around.
Yeah. Thanks for posting the link. We've got people asking about it. So thank you, HB
I should have
Thingy.
thought of that.
No, that's great. And we're down to, I think, 3 of... So if you order them right now, I'm going to have to take it off the website. Because...
she said she's going to do it this
Oh, yeah,
weekend.
they're coming in the next week or so. But we'll just have to let people know it might be delayed.
So don't take it down. Just put it up and say, Shiba-san's reprinting it.
Yeah.
She's totally trustworthy.
Yep. Yeah, she'll definitely print them. So the ghost one is down to 3, and I think the 3 monkeys is down to 4 of them.
Okay,
So
I don't
we're
know.
giving.
And she asked me the other day, please put up the little postcard print she's done.
Oh yeah.
The design is chopped from the ghost one. It's the little dog at the bottom of the ghost. She carved it separately.
And then painted, or not painted, colored differently.
Carved
too.
differently, yes. So she asked me to put that one up. I didn't get around to it. So.
And someone said the price, and that, as you noticed on the website, the $84 also includes the shipping. It's
Yes,
not
that's
a separate shipping
insured
price, so-
EMS shipping anywhere on the planet. That's fabulous. So the print in the shop here is 7,000 yen, in case people are curious why it's different. In the shop, for cash, the print, no shipping, no nothing, is 7,000 yen.
Yeah.
On the website.
You get express shipping.
Yes.
A little bit.
And the reason I haven't given customers the option for choosing cheaper shipping is because we've had problems recently with the cheaper shipping options, the SAL options. So we're going to be removing that from the website. Stuff takes too long. People complain to us. It comes back to us. Can I get a replacement shipment?
Yeah.
And it's just simply because they chose the cheapest shipping available, so it takes a while. So we're going to remove the cheap shipping options. It's just so much of a headache all around. If you can pay $70 for the print, you can pay $14 to get an insured express package that's going to get through the customs in your country, which is likely to steal it,
Madman 10101, does she design, carve, and print it herself? Yep, she
Yes,
did.
it's
Did all 3.
100%. Nothing to do with us. There's no input from anybody else.
Yep.
She's what they call Sosaku Hangaka. This is creative printmaker. In the old, it's Dento Teki Hanga is what me and Jed are doing. traditional printmaking where the artist and the craftsman and or carvers are different people. Sosaku hanga, the name came in the early 19th century when they were splitting up into different styles, was the style made by people who want to be what they call creative artists. They're not bound to be highly technically trained people.
Right.
They just want to make, from my point of view, they make a mess on a piece of paper and call it woodblock print. And Shiba-san is straddling both. She's Sosaku hangaka in the sense of it's one man, one person, designing, carving, and printing. But she loves traditional print, so she's doing a beautiful job technically, which is really unusual in the Sosaku hanga world. Those guys want to see blood on the block, they want to see variation, they want to see 100 prints that are all different, stuff like this. We don't play that game, and neither is she.
Yeah.
So it's very, very unusual to find Sosaku work, one that is well made, and two that is reasonably priced. It's unnumbered, Nick. She doesn't do the limited edition.
Right.
She wants as many people as possible
When
to
stock's
enjoy
low,
it.
she prints some more.
So it's organically limited. There's never going to be more than a few hundred because she's just going to move on to her next print and the next print and the next print. And actually, she and I were talking about that a while ago. She was saying, what happens? Demand for this is going to continue to be strong. You want to make the next one, you're busy with that, then the next one, then the next one. You can't keep all of these in print yourself. There's just not enough hours in the day.
Yeah.
So where are we going to go with this? And she says, I don't know. So I put the idea on the table. Well, okay, we're waiting here. We have printers here standing by. If at some point you want to do this, we can print Moko Hankan editions of this.
Yeah.
And at that point, she's still signing these. You can still sign them, but we will put an impression on them, carved, Shiba, printed, Ayumi, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever. And she's sort of, and she may not want to do this.
Yeah.
In which case, those things will just become rarer and organically limited editions. So I have no idea how it's going to go. The option is on the table. We want the work here in our catalog, and if she will turn it over to us to do published editions, then we'll do that. Yeah. But at the moment, there's no active plan for this.
Okay. By quite a few people have left.
Yeah, I've got to get going then. Okay, so shall we turn this down? Shut it down, sir. I can get my cup of coffee and get out into the shop.
Okay. Let's see.
And the stream will be this carving for the foreseeable future. Next couple of weeks, I'm going to be here every morning carving this simplified version of the Great Wave.
Yeah.
There's going to be no surprises here for the next little while.
161074. Didn't know Dave streamed. Yep. Streaming, but you just cut the last 5 seconds. We're on the way out.
Well, we've been doing this now for half a year or so, right? We started last August, I think.
Yeah.
So you could maybe mention they're all archived somewhere and blah blah blah.
If someone has a link to that, they've maybe not all been archived yet, but recent ones are there, and the backlog is building up.
The YouTube page,
the YouTube one. Oh, thank you. Someone did the goodbye command for the bot. Thanks. That helps. We will get headed out.
Okay, Cameron-san, sign us off. Thank you very much, viewers.
Yep.
See you next
Thanks,
time.
everyone.
Same time, same station. Hey.
Have a good one.